In the sunlit streets of California, a woman everyone once overlooked began her rise. She started with a dream so loud it could drown out every doubt around her. Money was never her goal, but success came roaring like an engine. When her first million hit the account, she smiled and whispered, "This is just fuel." Soon she walked into a dealership that smelled like wealth and ambition. Her eyes landed on a red Ferrari that looked like fire on wheels. The salesman stuttered while she casually signed the papers. The Ferrari became her symbol of speed and silent power. But one car was never enough for a woman who built empires. She moved next to a midnight black Lamborghini Aventador, its doors lifted like wings ready for war. She said nothing, but the city knew her name from the roar alone. Each morning, her driveway looked like a billionaire's parade. Rolls-Royce Ghost parked beside a gleaming Porsche 911 Turbo S. Neighbors stopped pretending not to stare through their blinds. She didn't flash her wealth, she drove it. The engine spoke louder than any motivational speech could. A Bugatti Chiron joined the collection, blue like the Pacific sky. The car cost more than most houses in her old neighborhood, yet she remembered walking that same street with empty pockets. Every luxury car was a chapter in her self-made story. A matte silver McLaren 720S sat under golden sunlight next. Its aerodynamic body looked like a sculpture carved from ambition. She didn't race people, she raced her past. The city started calling her the billionaire in motion. Paparazzi tried to catch her, but she was always a blur of success. Her garage became an automotive art gallery worth millions. She built an underground vault for her rare hypercars. Among them, a Koenigsegg Jesko, sleek and almost unreal. Every time she pressed the start button, her story came alive. She wasn't buying cars, she was buying chapters of her journey. Each license plate bore a secret message to her younger self. One said start from zero, another read drive on. She didn't collect attention, it followed her naturally. The media called her California's quiet storm of wealth. She turned her mansion's driveway into a runway of dreams. Chauffeurs waited, but she preferred driving herself. Because control was her favorite luxury. Every mile she drove reminded her of battles nobody saw, late nights coding her startup while others slept soundly. The sleepless years turned into sleepless horsepower. She didn't flaunt success, she fueled it. Friends once doubted her, but now asked for investment advice. She smiled and said, "Build something faster than excuses." Her favorite drive was down the Pacific Coast Highway. The ocean mirrored her fleet of colors and reflections. Sometimes she'd stop by cliffs, step out and just breathe. The wind mixed with the scent of leather and salt water. Success didn't feel like money. It felt like freedom on four wheels. She never forgot the first time her card was declined. Now every transaction sounded like applause. In her garage stood dreams turned tangible. Each car represented a year of obsession and discipline. Reporters begged for interviews, but she let her cars speak. The Ferrari said ambition. The Lamborghini said dominance. The Rolls-Royce said class. The Bugatti said legacy. Her brand empire kept expanding beyond California. She invested in electric startups and green speed technology because she believed the future should move as fast as she did. One of her Teslas was customized with her initials in gold. Even the charging cable looked like art. People asked how she stayed grounded, surrounded by luxury. She said, "The road humbles everyone at some turn." At night, she parked her Ferrari facing the moonlight. The reflection made it look like liquid fire waiting to run. Sometimes she'd drive through quiet neighborhoods. She'd slow down near her childhood home and smile softly. The same streets that once knew her silence now heard her power. Her success didn't scream, it purred. She built an empire without permission or apology. The engines echoed her journey from chaos to control. Every rev was a reminder that speed wasn't her escape, it was her identity. The world kept chasing trends while she built movement. Her story became legend in business schools and garages alike. When asked what her favorite car was, she said, "The next one," because she never stopped moving forward. Her billions weren't in numbers, they were in momentum. In California sunsets, her fleet shimmered like living trophies. Every color told a story of a woman who turned pressure into power. She didn't just own cars, she owned her destiny. Behind every engine was a lesson in persistence. And behind every smile, the memory of struggle's engine still running. When she drove past, even silence turned its head. The city paused to listen to her success hum through the streets. Not born rich, not born lucky, just born unstoppable. She wasn't chasing luxury, she became its definition. The woman who drove madness into billions never hit the brakes. Her empire had wheels, and the road never ended.